Hey, it's Dan, hope you're well. So in this video I want to talk about the fact that we're coming up to Q4. So Q4 is obviously October, November and December. And obviously for some businesses that's either really good because it's Christmas is coming up and you're selling online stuff or stuff that sells at Christmas, or it's really bad because you don't sell anything at Christmas and actually your marketplace takes a dip. Whichever one you are of those two, you need to be running adverts and content and more marketing, because I guarantee right now you're not running enough. And we speak to a lot of people, you know, every day we have strategy sessions, people who want to talk about Facebook ads or creating content for their business. We talk about some of the challenges that they're having right now. There are a lot of challenges in the UK right now. You know, if you're running a business, confidence is, let's face it, confidence is low. I think it rose a little when the new Labour government came in, and then it's dropped again, and I don't think the media really helps with that overly. But you have this opportunity in your business to really get your message out there, get your content out there, run some ads, have them very targeted at your very specific target audience, and you've got this as an opportunity. And before we get into November and December, I think you've got October to really get your content in place. And in this video I want to talk a little bit about what that would look like, what you need to do and what you can put in place, because a lot of this is like pre-planning, and then when you've done your pre-planning, then you have to do the actual content. So let's talk about the pre-planning, then we'll talk about some of the content, and I think that would be a really good thing to do, and it would probably help a lot of people as well. So the pre-planning stuff really comes out about, okay, well, what is it that we actually need to do? How many live streams are we doing every week? And for most people the answer of course is none. How many videos are we doing each week? And again, for most people the answer is obviously none. Well, I don't like myself on video, I get it, but we're living in a video dominated society now. Think about, you know, what do you watch on TV? Video. You go online, what are you watching? I guarantee it's videos. Are you reading some of the stuff? Probably, but mostly it's video related things, isn't it? It's video. That's what it is. That's what's going to create the difference in your business. Think about all the stuff that you consume, all the content that you consume. And so just getting a snapshot of where you are right now, I think that's really important to do, and understanding what other people are doing to get eyeballs on their business. Because when we break it down, that's all marketing really is. It's how many eyeballs have you got on your business, and ideally those eyeballs are targeted, i.e. people who actually might buy your stuff, who are actually seeing your stuff. But with organic content you can't really control that unless you're posting into, you know, Facebook groups which are relevant. So let's say it's weight loss and you're posting before and after videos on your Facebook group, then yeah, that's great. But generally, you know, if you're posting out on LinkedIn and Twitter and YouTube, it's not targeted, it's just generic organic content that can, you know, okay, there's negative and positive. So the negative is it's not targeted, but the positive is it builds a lot of credibility, so that when people actually do their research on you, and people are doing their research on you, I guarantee right now someone's typing my name into Google, they're going to find my podcast shows and my YouTube videos and all my content and all the SEO work that we've done and my podcast. They're going to find all of that. Okay, what do you think that does? It builds credibility. This guy's been around. They might look at some of the older stuff that we did years ago, see if it's consistent. That's what people do. People are going to be checking you out. So knowing that that's the case, obviously you need to be putting content out there, video, audio, visuals like images, and long form text. And so it's just something that you're going to have to get over. If you don't want to be on video, you know, you could do a faceless video, or you could have someone interview you. Like in my business, we actually have that as you know, part of our content. We book an interview with our client, we do a 45-minute interview, and out of that 45-minute interview, not only have we got a live stream, we tend not to do it live, by the way, we tend to do it on Zoom and record it, and if it's appropriate then for live streaming, we can live stream it, or we'll pull out the MP3 and now we've got a podcast that can go on to iTunes, for example. which is really cool. My kids are still amazed that Dad's on iTunes. Uncool Dad is on iTunes somehow. And then out of that long form video that we've just recorded on that 45-minute interview, we'll pull out little short videos, and then we'll schedule those into Content Planner, which is a bit of software we use to schedule all our own content. And so now that client ends up with 30 days worth of content, which is amazing, and it's all done for them. We don't have to do anything. All we have to do is show up for that 45-minute interview, talk about the business, talk about them, talk about the good and the bad and the clients and all of that kind of thing, what the transformation they get for their clients. And then we do all the rest. We call that the 90-10, which works really well, by the way. Definitely something we would recommend you do. Like either, do it yourself, have someone interview you, or, sign up with us and we'll do it, because we know what we're doing. We do it for lots and lots of clients and have been doing it for quite some time. That actually makes quite a big difference, by the way. So that's a really good thing for you to be doing, but you need to be planning this out. So you need to be looking at what you've currently got. You also need to understand how many people are actually visiting your website right now, and how many people, which pages are they actually looking at. That's really, really important as well. And is that going up or down over the last 30 days, or the last 7 days? You can compare it with previous. This is some of the pre-planning work that you really need to be doing on your business. And yeah, I know it's boring and sometimes it's a bit complicated, but that's why we exist, a company like ours. We can sit down with you, we'll go through it with you, spend an hour with you going through it, for goodness sakes. It's so valuable, that content, and then coming out with insights as to, okay, if you create this piece of content and put that through there, then these keywords for SEO, that would work. Like, all of that stuff is really, really important in people's businesses. And it's really important in your business. If you're not running that right now, it's like going to the 100 metres racetrack, running as fast as you can and not measuring yourself, trying to get faster. The fact that you've not measured yourself, are you getting faster or are you getting slower? Nobody knows. Let's just take a guess. That's how most people are running businesses right now. That data is absolutely valuable. So if you've not got Google Analytics installed on your website, that's like number one before you do anything else. And if you don't know how to do it, again, that's why we exist. So come and speak to us about that. We can help you. And then it's like, okay, well, what's the content? What is the content plan? Okay, well, I'm going to go live once a week. Brilliant. That's amazing, by the way. If you can go live stream once a week, imagine one podcast every week on iTunes. Amazing. I mean, imagine all the little short videos. You're going to be posting 2 or 3 short videos, although we'll do it for you, but you'll be posting every single day with text and call to action to your product that you want to sell. Like, imagine how much of a game changer that is. And then once you've got that up and running, imagine then if we created Facebook ads and Google pay-per-click and we actually targeted that properly. Imagine all of that and what an impact that would actually have on your business. That would be a significant impact on most people's businesses, I think. That's why we do it. We have all of that going out. In fact, like, I live streamed today and our sales have dropped in August coming into September. August is fine because like everyone's on holiday, we get that, but it hasn't picked up again in September. So now I'm live streaming every single day. Every day this week, starting today actually. More of these face to camera videos because we need to ramp up the website visits again and so on. And so all of that has to be done and has to be put in place, and so that's what we're creating. So look, I hope you find that useful. This is something that you can do as well in your business, and it's definitely something that you should really be implementing, because if not, what else are you going to be doing? Literally, what else are you going to do in your business if you're not live streaming, if you're not creating video, if you're not creating long form written copy, which still has a place, by the way, in social media and all of that kind of thing. It absolutely has a place. And if you're not doing that, what else are you going to do? Just network? Like, networking is, don't get me wrong, love networking. I live overseas, I don't even live in England, so networking from Spain is actually quite difficult. And obviously you can tell by the blue sky in late September we don't live in England. Otherwise it'd be grey and raining, wouldn't it? But long form content still works really well. If you don't want to put your face on camera every morning, write down how you're feeling, what worked yesterday, what you're doing today, what you're looking forward to, what you've got coming up, problems around Christmas shopping if you're a bloke. Like, that might be just me, but I know most blokes, you know, are dreadful at Christmas shopping. Christmas Eve at the local petrol station, buying a bag of charcoal for the barbecue as a Christmas gift because we've sold out of everything else. Right, you know, I get that. But this is where it starts. It starts on the planning. Where are you right now? How many visitors are hitting your website? And then it goes into, okay, let's set some goals. Let's say you're getting, I don't know, let's say 500 visitors a month to your website, which is not great. How can you double that? And which pages do you actually want to drive traffic to? And what would that look like? And then some of the content that you're creating, like the podcast, like the live streams, like the short little videos, can you take those and then embed them onto articles? So if you've got a podcast about whatever we're talking now, about organic content and paid ads, can you also write some content around that and have that on your WordPress and embed your video? Like, is that a good thing to have? And then share that across the social media platforms? Of course it is. Driving traffic, getting people back on your website, making sure you've got a Facebook ads, a Facebook pixel installed so that you can run retargeting adverts to all those people who've landed on your website. This is what you should be doing. Now, if all of this sounds like it's Klingon, which it might do, if all of this is like, my gosh, Dan, this is overwhelming, of course it is. Marketing, it is overwhelming. There's so much to do. And that's why, you know, companies come to us. We had a guy come to us, website was atrocious, created a brand new website, he had no control over his website. He now ranks on the first page for a very high search engine term because of all the work that we've done with that. And he's getting hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of views, probably about 1,000 views a month on his website. He's done the video stuff with us, he's got Facebook ads going out, he's got organic content going out, he's got little short clips going out all over Facebook, he's got events going out which are now starting to get filled, and he came from nothing. All of this takes time, more than likely time that you actually haven't got, because it's intensive, but all of this takes time. And it's not, you know, you start one day and the next month, oh wow, doubled my doubled my strategy sessions or doubled my website stuff. And it, you know, this is an ongoing process. Sometimes it takes years to do it. But let's just assume for a second it takes 12 months. If it takes 12 months, the question then is, do you want to start now, or should you have started 12 months ago? The answer is you should have started 12 months ago. Like, it's obvious. And if you're going, oh, it's a lot of money and it's expensive and I don't know if it'll work, you're right, it is expensive. I mean, we're relatively good value compared to some of the others. We had a client come to us, they were paying 3 times more for an ads agency than we charge. And they weren't getting results. They come to us for getting results. I get it, it's expensive, but relative compared to everybody else, it's cheap. And relative to your business failing, it's very cheap. So I get that. I get that that could be a block. But what are the options? What are the alternatives? You're going to do networking? How's that going for you? Like, literally, how is the networking events, you know, how's that transforming into money? Don't get me wrong, love networking, but is it really effective? Are you reaching new people? How many people do you speak to when there's 50 people there? 10? Same 3 guys that you spoke to last week? 6 new people? Like, how's that working? And what's the conversion process? And what's the nurture process? At least when you're running Facebook ads and you send them to a free download, now they're on your email list. Now they're on your email list, then they go to your website because they've seen a bit of content that you've done, and they click, let's say it's Facebook ads, they click on it. Now I can see that Bob that I met last week at a networking event, and he's now on my database, or he's downloaded a free ads guide. Now I can see all his stuff he's doing because of the active campaign website tracking. Oh, Bob's been looking at websites. Maybe Bob needs a new website. What's happening? Bob, you have to do a new website, mate. Should we jump on a call? Like, how easy is that? Do you think all that takes time? Absolutely. Do you think Bob, by the way, goes, brilliant, Dan, here's a couple of grand, make a website? No. Even if Bob is in the market for a new website, you still have to convert Bob. I think this is a thing that people forget about. We don't live in the 1970s or the 1980s where we just place an advert in the back of the newspaper and then leads magically fall through. Like, we don't live in that age. People are so distracted with Disney and Netflix and Facebook and Instagram and everything else. People are so utterly distracted by that stuff that they're not sat there just with their wallet out waiting to buy your stuff. They express an interest, they view it, you've chased them up, they ignore you, you follow up in different ways, they ignore you, you send email number 12, eventually they open it, they click on a thing, Facebook ads, you send them a WhatsApp, they ignore you, you send them an email, they ignore you. Like, this is the sales process, folks. That is the sales process. It is not, I see an advert, I'll buy that. It depends on the industry. We've got somebody who sells supplements, and actually they do buy immediately off the Facebook ad, which is really cool. But for a lot of businesses, unless you're strictly e-commerce, like we're not an e-commerce business, we're a consultative approach to our clients. But we have e-commerce clients as well, and sometimes the website is dreadful and that needs work before we can run ads, because we're never going to convert the ads. Sometimes the website's amazing and they haven't been converting, or sales have dropped off through it. Our job is then to investigate, test new ads, test new creatives, and so on. Excuse me. So, like, most people haven't got a clue. They want to sell stuff, and then they create a crappy Shopify website. You ain't selling anything off that. Like, it is hard work. You know, I know we see people on Facebook and Instagram and Gary Vee and Grant Cardone, they make it look so easy, don't they? It is hard work. Our business, thank goodness we have monthly recurring revenue, and if you can build a business around monthly recurring revenue, that's brilliant. Really valuable if you can do that, but most people haven't got that. And monthly recurring revenue means that you can see what's going to happen next month, generally, and then, you know, you're bringing in X amount of pounds every month. Hopefully it's more than your costs, so at least if you make no new sales, you've still paid everybody, all your suppliers, all your staff and yourself. Okay, so that's really cool if you've got that. And then you've got to make all these additional new sales. If you haven't got monthly recurring revenue, you've got to go out and you've got to sell every single month. Well, what are you doing? And honestly, I think, I get it, you've still got a business to run, 100%, I'm the same. I still have a business to run with staff that need looking after, and all of that stuff, all those bills need paying, all that stuff has to happen, you know, VAT payments, all that stuff that's, you know, boring as hell, we don't really want to do. We all have that to do. I'm no different than you on that, but it's like, you still got to create all this content, you still got to create all this marketing, because if you don't do that, who is the person that's going to create all of that marketing content for you? Nobody. And yeah, you can use us, we still need you to do a bit, like the 90-10 rule we spoke about earlier. You know, we get you on a 45-minute call, we break it down into short videos. You now got a long form video, you've got a podcast, you've got short videos, we can schedule all that out on social media and so on. But, you know, you still have to create the content. We still need you to do a little bit of that content creation. So you've got to create content. You've got to be running ads. You just have no choice. What else are you going to do? So look, I actually went on longer than I anticipated in this call. And it is kind of a deep dive into this. And I hope you find it useful. Please let me know if you do. And if you don't, it's fine. Let me know what else I can do to help you. We want to help you. We want you to go out and smash it, make £1 million a month. Amazing. We can help you do that. Fantastic. But it takes a lot of work. We know this because we have to also work just as hard. Just because you're a Facebook ads agency, you know, we still have to work hard at converting people into our Facebook ads campaigns, organic content and all of that kind of thing. We're no different than anybody else. Alright, so I hope you find that useful. We'll catch up with you on the next one. Have a wicked day. Take care.